Tomato.
And I'm the Forgotten.
And welcome back to Let's Play Mindbreakers.
Yeah, the show where we will play all the movies and provide commentary over the movies.
Dude, come on, we've had a long day.
Yeah, I know. We've been doing the Let's Play of Turtles.
The one that won't come out for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. But it's gonna be a Turtles Let's Play, and oh my god, so far.
You'd be surprised, but not based on what you think it's based on. The candy's actually got a tie-in game. It's weird. Gonna bring up our trusty wheel in 3, 2, 1, bam.
It's been a long week.
Just give her a spin.
It's been a very long week. We're both pretty. The Deadly Spawn.
The Deadly Spawn.
The Deadly Spawn.
The Deadly Spawn.
Todd McFarlane's gonna come out the fucking computer and wrap his fucking big, like, weird necro goodness around us.
1983. Alien creatures invade a small town and 4 teenagers along with a young boy attempt to escape from them.
Well,
that's all you need.
That's pretty straightforward. These alien creatures don't look anything like Spawn.
They're pre-Spawn.
They're the larval stage of fucking Hellspawn.
Well, yeah, they're the larval stage of the necroplasm armor.
Of course. Wow. This is gonna be interesting then. A fun little.
Well, without further ado,
Tremors.
It's not Tremors.
Yeah, I know. It's never Tremors.
It will be Tremors.
Probably.
Because Tremors is taking this movie's spot on the wheel.
Mm.
Anyway, let's watch this shit.
Yep.
What was that?
First, there was the invasion of the body snatchers. Then there was Alien. Now there is the Deadly Spawn. It began with a meteor crashing to Earth. No one knew the mystery of the mutant spores it contained. Now, they are free. They will grow and reproduce rapidly, eating anything and anyone in their path.
Something.
The Deadly Spawn. The nightmare is just beginning.
Hi.
What do you do when unknown terror surrounds you? What do you do when there is no escape? Nowhere to hide from being eaten alive.
What the was that?
The Deadly Spawn. They just keep multiplying like demon seed. The Deadly Spawn, extraterrestrial terror. They're full of surprises. And the best is yet to come.
Let me go! Let me go! There's no such thing!
Can anything stop these strange creatures? The movie real science fiction fans have been waiting for. The Deadly Spawn wants you to see them at this theater soon. They need every person they can get. New from 21st Century Distribution. Rated R.
This movie was an experience.
This is fun. I liked this movie.
It was like
Good time.
good version of Terrorvision.
A much better Terrorvision. Honestly, and the acting I liked a bit more. Also, the tone was a lot more serious. I enjoyed this much more than I did Terrorvision.
We have 4 kills in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, two dudes are out camping.
Yep.
And a meteor crash lands.
Yep.
And these creatures apparently get off of it.
Yep.
And they end up one of them goes to get a camera, and because they see the meteor. and they're like, "Oh man, we gotta take a picture."
Don't
of this
forget
thing.
to get the flash gun.
Yeah, exactly. So one of them goes to get the flash gun,
Yep.
and the other one gets eaten.
Yep.
And
By
his
a
glasses
creature.
are just lying there with like covered in blood.
It's shot on Shidio.
But it looks.
No, we
nice.
have to say
It
that
looks
first.
fine.
It's shot on Shidio.
Yeah.
So just it doesn't make a good first impression,
Mm.
but stay with it.
Yeah,
Trust
exactly.
me, it's really good.
It doesn't look like much at first. It's just like, okay, these two die. Okay, these two
But
die.
then again, we're not we
Okay, whatever.
we don't judge things by shot on Shidio because our still favorite movie we've ever seen on the show.
Yeah.
Turn off your goddamn text ringer.
Godzilla,
Yeah,
which
it
is also another good horror
Was
classic.
the Spookies?
Yes, but yeah, they end up like it ends up picking up the pace a little bit more, and it focuses on like this one family at a certain point. So like it narrows its vision a little more.
There's
and it becomes a lot more like a.
It goes to we're at a house.
Yeah.
Because both these two people are killed. We see silhouette of the creature.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks basically like a big toothy penis.
Yeah, one of the husband basically ends up getting up. His wife's in bed
because it's raining. Even though it looks really sunny outside, he goes to the basement.
Mm-hmm. He gets a Sunday paper from the stoop.
Finds out his window is open.
Yeah.
It's like his basement window's open. He's like, oh shit! So
Yeah.
he has to go down there to try to drain the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Then he gets eaten by a deadly spawn.
Yeah, the basement's been flooded for a little bit, and
then his wife goes down and finds bits of him, and she gets eaten.
Yeah, at first she just starts screaming down like Sam, Sam, and she just like starts walking around. She must be the unluckiest though to like be like have her back turned, and then like this thing ends up managing to just get the jump on her. Yeah. Like I don't know how the fuck she was just so unlucky that like she didn't see this thing coming in.
Because it's not small.
Yeah, it's sizable. It's her size, basically. I don't know what the hell it was eating before it ended up getting into the basement, but my god, it grew before it got into this house. And it was big enough, like, it was probably a little smaller before it got into the basement.
Or else it would
otherwise it wouldn't have been able to fit into the window. But it was sizable, this thing. It would probably end up, like, eating...
It sort of arm tentacle things.
Yeah, it might have fed off of like mice or bugs. Who the fuck knows?
Its own spawn.
Yeah, because like fuck, these things grow fast,
and it's
really
shown that these things have no problem with eating each other.
Yeah, like they will devour each other. They will cannibalize shit. They will eat salad. They will eat fucking grass, fruits, veg, whatever the hell you've got. They will eat it. Like these things are neither carnivores nor herbivores, but they are cannibalistic. So, they do have cannibalistic tendencies.
Though you'd think, given their teeth, that they'd be carnivores.
Yeah. Well, they are not fucking picky, though.
No.
They will go after a salad. They will go into a salad shooter. Which happens, actually, at some point, and I end up calling that. But, yeah, these other two parents wake up.
Aunt and uncle.
Yeah. Is aunt and uncle?
Yeah, it's a
okay.
They say it's a throwaway line, but
yeah. But okay, so they end up waking up. They're enjoying their breakfast and everything. They're getting ready for their morning. The kids get up.
There's the older kid who's a boring science student.
Yeah,
and then there's the other kid who, if you've ever seen, I think it's Friday the 13th part. I think it's part 4. Mm-hmm. It's either it's part 4. The Corey Feldman kid in that who builds the monster masks.
Yeah, he's
that.
Like, very interested.
It's that.
Yeah, he's super interested in monster movies and stuff, and he makes like really good costumes and.
But his aunt knows. Yeah. And like he tries to scare her when she comes into the room with his costume. He's like, "Yes, very nice. Would you like to come down and have dinner? If you're going to keep the costume on, careful not to drip down the stairs again."
Because he wears like capes and masks and stuff.
So you get the idea that he pulls this shit right.
Yeah, you know this has happened before, and she's speaking from experience. Like, you can just picture the morning he gets up, he's like wearing a Dracula mask and like just like wrapped in like just like fucking black like a black cloak, and then he ends up like tripping because it was so long. You can just picture this happening. He fucking probably went to the dentist after because he chipped a fucking tooth, like a whole thing. But yeah, this kid has personality though.
So
I really like Charles. I like Charles.
So some boring science kid is having some friends over.
Yeah, his name's Pete.
Yeah.
He's Charles' brother, and he ends up inviting his friend Frankie.
I don't like him.
Yeah, he ends up inviting Frankie, Ellen, and this girl Frankie likes, Kathy, over.
But she comes much later.
Yeah, and all three of them at first end up going to the house.
Yeah.
And they end up basically, they just get together to study science and stuff because he's a big fucking nerd.
He's not a likable nerd either. He's
he's a very typical no nonsense scientist, which he honestly is a very big skeptic, huge skeptic of all of the happenings. Really,
but a skeptic to the point of irrationality.
Yeah, exactly. Even though they find like the alien worms, like,
he refuses.
I mean,
he doesn't immediately. I don't obviously believe it's an alien.
Yeah,
but he refuses to even entertain the concept or investigate it at all.
Yeah, just no sells any possibility of these things possibly existing.
So the girl comes over and she found one of this because the deadly spawn they reproduce by I guess budding.
Yeah,
and finds one and they dissect it and they can't figure out what it is.
Yeah.
I think it might be a lamprey eel or a mutated worm or something or a fish.
Yep. They have like so many explanations. They go through like everything. They go down the list. They go from like eels to earthworms to the coelacanth even, and like even fish. But they're like, okay, you know what? We're gonna get down to the bottom of this. We're gonna dissect it.
And it has
it has
set
guts.
of internal organs that she's never seen before.
Yep. And they end up going through this a little bit. Like she's using pins and tinfoil and like the little like
and a razor blade as a scalpel.
Yeah, she's doing a good job of dissecting this thing, but it doesn't really tell us a whole lot more other than
that's going
things
on.
Are sentient, must feed.
Well, that's going on. The uncle's trying to like psychoanalyze the kid.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Well, like He's probably actually a therapist.
Yeah,
I'd imagine he actually is one.
Yeah, I think he's just practicing.
Yeah, and he ends up like talking to Charlie a bit. Like Charles sits him down, and he says like these monsters. Do you believe they're actually real?
Like no. Which I usually like because movies like I believe monsters are real. It's like no, I don't believe monsters are real. I just like if they're just good entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I
appreciate the movie for that.
Yeah, exactly, and they scare me a little bit.
It's like, are you disappointed?
Like scaring people.
It's like, are you disappointed the monsters? Are you disappointed that the monsters aren't real? It's like, no, of course not.
Yeah, exactly. I just I get a little bit of a scare from them. I enjoy scaring other people. Like it's fun sometimes, and I like wearing the costumes and things.
It's probably the first and almost only relatable and realistic depiction of a horror fan.
Yeah. It's like
I mean, and before you bring up Scream, viewers, the horror fans in that are the killers.
Yep. which is like completely fourth wall breaking. It's just like fuck it, we're gonna like take these horror fans and we're gonna throw them into these movies as the killers. But besides that, I'll digress a bit. He ends up going down into he goes up to his room at first. Yeah. Actually, his uncle says like
at the time also the aunt
is
going to help. I think her mother with the vegetarian luncheon thing.
Yeah,
they're getting some foods ready.
Yeah, but we'll get back to the old menopause.
Let's just saying some
later.
spawn get in.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get back to the old menopause ladies afterwards. But
the menopause brigade.
Yes. So he ends up going up to his room, Charlie, and he ends up putting on a mask, a cape, and everything. His uncle tells him, "Why don't you put on some of these masks and try to scare me?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Yeah, you're right. It might be a bit more difficult to scare me when I actually know." How's about this? I'll be down here for the next hour. Whenever you want to, just come down and
show me some of your stuff.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, "Okay, cool. Well, we might go up to your room afterwards, and you can show me your things up there." He's like, "Okay, no problem." So he goes up. He gets into his mask and thing. He goes down to the basement. And he ends up seeing the thing clear as day. And, like, these things are huge, and the spawn, like, the tiny ones are getting everywhere.
They're tearing apart the corpses, too.
Yeah, they are dissecting. Like, this movie is pretty fucking graphic also. Like, it shows, like, face, like, parts of the face and nose and shit just getting ripped off. and like pieces of the arm just like flesh tearing. It's graphic.
The Spawn themselves, I will say, the effects are amazing.
Yeah.
But they're a really effective kind of like horror alien parasite creature.
Yeah, but it's a
like
cool
they're
design.
a very. I'm saying like as a like not even the design though, as a concept, they're very good like horror. Like it's a horror version of a maggot.
Yeah, it's a wandering like tadpole, man-eating tadpole from space with a giant fucking offy mouth that will tear your shit up.
And obviously they are kind of freaky looking.
And the way that they're actually animated and stuff is very nice. I like the way they're articulated.
Kudos for these things, filmmakers.
Honestly, very good movie. I enjoyed this a lot. But he ends up going down, and he ends up like spending a lot of time.
And
like,
we at first thought he was being creepy and like fascinated, like he's gonna start worshiping the thing.
No, he was sitting there, he was watching them, but he was like in shock. But he didn't start screaming. He handled it very maturely
because he didn't know how it saw.
Yeah,
because I mean, there weren't any eyes, but
yeah,
shit,
if he would have just started screaming and running,
movement.
Yeah,
he actually managed to figure out that it detects several things about it.
Yeah,
one, and by him extension, we did. Though they don't say any of this stuff out loud.
Yeah, of course.
One, it doesn't see, but it has very good hearing, and that's how it tracks.
Yeah.
It prefers damp climates.
Yep.
Hence the water in the sewer.
Yeah, and it usually probably travels through water because like they are very.
Yeah, they swim really.
Yeah, they are very wormy in nature.
Like so. they crawl slowly.
Yeah.
But in water they zip around.
Mm-hmm. But the big one ends up moving pretty fucking fast. Like faster than I thought it could move.
So he eventually gets out.
Yeah.
And while this is going on, they're arguing about what the thing could be. The boring guy refuses to accept that it could be aliens.
Yeah, Pete's upstairs. He's talking about his little brother. He's like, "Hey, maybe my little brother put like one of these things together and like is trying to mess with us."
And then so they go down to investigate and then to like get something.
Yeah. And
then they find that the uncle's been they're crawling out of his eyes.
Yeah. He's got like craters, like it's just his sockets with like fucking cuts and bruises all over. His mouth is agape with like spawn crawling in and out, and like one just like chest bursts out of his guts. It's he's a sight.
Yep.
Before this though, actually they end up Pete and Ellen start talking, and they're like, so you and Frankie, you two going together? And
it's basically like, he likes her, she likes him. They're a couple.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do we go to the movies together? Blah blah blah.
They kiss.
It's like
it's cute.
Yeah, I'd rather go to the movies with you and stuff. Like, why aren't we going together? And it's like, no, you want to just be like there with me, not watching the movie. Really, like you wanna be there with me, not really watching the movie with me. It's like you're not gonna be watching the movie. They end up kissing. They go downstairs. They find the body. We call them tadpole spawns of Satan. Tadpole spawns of Satan.
Then over at the old ladies, the menopausal ladies come in.
Yeah, the menopause dinner.
And one of the deadly spawn was like got into the salad thing with all the vegetables and it was like munching on the salad.
Yep.
The salad shooter got turned on.
It was like, okay, the entire part that it shows these menopause women, it's just like, oh, the old lady's like talking about her famous green sauce. And it's like, oh, this is how you make like clean off.
I will say that the green sauce itself, looks
like green stuff.
It looks like in Troll 2, the stuff the goblins ate.
Yeah, it's the Milbog the Milbog delicacy. It does not look appetizing, but I don't know.
It looked appetizing when it was in the thing itself because it was just like almost like a pesto thing. It looked like, but when they actually got onto the plate, it looked gross.
Well, yeah, because it got like all gelatinous with.
Well, because it got the deadly spawn
of the spawn.
And they eat it. It tastes weird, and then we cut back to them, and there are the spawn everywhere.
Yep, they get attacked straight up.
Like they're chewing on legs, heads. They're behind the painting, which is kind of terrifying, actually.
Well, like, these things are moving, like, slowly across your house, and they're, like, hiding behind little things here and there. They're using whatever they can find as cover, including things on your walls, like picture frames. They get around very sneaky. They're alien worms.
But the aunt manages to save all of them.
Yep.
And get them all out of the house.
Yeah.
And then...
We never see, like, any of the other 4 menopause women again. We just see
things are not going well for the for a lot of the teenagers, because the big spawn comes up.
Yep.
And basically besieges them inside the little brother's room.
Yeah. They get chased, like, all around the house and everything. They basically take shelter in Charlie's room, and also in Pete's room. But, like,
they never get to Pete's room.
Well, no, they get to Pete's room near the end, don't they? No, I feel like they did. But anyways, yeah, they end up going into the attic, I think. Yeah. And they end up having, like, that final little stand where...
But before then,
what?
Charles rigs up something to, like,
Charles takes
speaker.
A mask from his...
No, not before the mask. He rigs up a speaker to try to shock the thing.
Oh, yeah, that was well before, though.
Yeah.
But, he ended up, like, blasting a radio and, like, dragging
another girl comes over. Mm-hmm. The girl we liked gets decapitated.
Oh, yeah, Ellen gets fucking she gets eaten and, like, her lower half gets dropped out a window.
But yeah,
it's kind of sad.
And then they all go up to the attic. The badass Charlie kid makes an explosive mask.
Yeah, Kathy only shows up though. Like, Kathy shows up when they're getting chased around their house and they're taking refuge in Charlie's room. Charlie gets like his Trump mask and gets some flash powder. And basically rigs up a bomb with the flash powder and a wire.
And came prepared with an extension cord, even though it wasn't long enough.
Yeah, he should have brought 2. He should have tried to find another one if he could.
But yeah, they blow up the spawn. They get out, and then we basically see people walking around, like poking the spawns with cattle prods and picking them up, throwing them on fire, like they're hunting them down. Yeah,
they're just gathering them up and burning them. And everybody's looking around, cops, everything. And they get everyone out of the house. Frankie and Kathy are in the back of a police car, just like sitting there. Pete gets taken out. He's shaken up. He's mental. Like he's shook.
He tried to sacrifice himself and his whole group to the thing. Yeah. Because of the death of his girlfriend. Yeah,
he was losing it. He was just like when they get into once they get into the room and Charlie goes to like make his bomb. Mm-hmm. Like, he is freaking out. He's like, no, this is not real. It's not real. This can't be happening. You know? And he's freaking out. He's like, oh my God, Ellen.
So there's a cop investigating the house, like, finds the 8 foot long one upstairs. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess, and then he's like, looks up in horror, and then we just see the mountain. The hill opens up and it's the head of one of them, and then the movie's over.
It's huge. Like, a cop goes in, he's looking around, and then it shows this shot of the house from outside, like, before. But, like, this exact angle, it shows, like, earlier in the movie. And it's, like, it's great that they cut right back to it. Literally to just show one of them was essentially the size of a hill. And is a mountain. And, like, has taken geometry, like, the shape of geometry. That fast. Well, like, geography of, just like...
And then the movie's over, and sadly, there is no Deadly Spawn 2.
Yeah, but you know what? I like the fact that it ended that way, because clearly they were getting around so quickly and able to grow so fast that there was no way in hell they were going to be able to catch and control them, like, at all. They were just going around so quickly. Like, they spread to the basement like that. They grew like that. You know? There were some of them, like, spawning in that basement and coming out of there and getting into the grass so rapidly, there's no way they can catch them.
This was a wonderful movie. I definitely recommend you watch it.
Exactly. They could make a second one of this, but I doubt it'd be able to catch the majesty and the mystery of this one.
Yeah.
Because, like, it would be like Tremors, and then it would just end up becoming, like, Deadly Spawn 5.
Or it could be like Puppet Master 11.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous. I do want to say though, that old bag was fucking forcing everybody to eat the green sauce and just like dip into it. Don't be shy. Enjoy. She had no clue. She just put a fucking spawn through a solid shooter. If she was, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have eaten the fun dip.
What do you rate this movie?
Oh man, that's a good question. I'm gonna give it 6 fucking really good, really big hill-sized deadly spawn out of Fun Dip.
I'm going to give it 7 of the obscure monster movie references found in Charlie's house that I actually got, in Charlie's room that I actually got.
That's a good one.
Including The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms and
Yes.
one of the Sinbad movies.
That's cool.
Because there was a Cyclops face.
There was also an ant. So technically
them.
It could be,
Them.
yeah.
Anyway, I've been Mark D'Amato.
And I've been a deadly spawn.
And I'll see you all next week.
Later.